Hey guys, this is Daryl Shergan, Quest for Vape. We are live, and this is my Tuesday coil building workshop. From today, I'm at Paper Street Vapor Co. There, let's do this proper. There they are. There's Augie. There's Brian, and I like this shop. It's comfy. It's got good lighting. Their Wi-Fi is fast. I don't have issues. Good people. They got Boogie Nights playing in the background on the TV. We won't tell Hollywood. And I'm echoing. Get rid of the echo. Sorry. Daryl, shut your fucking mouth. There you go. All right. I got to keep the other screen open to see any chat. But it's all right. Nobody watches my stuff. All right. So, what are we going to build today? I've been rocking a bunch of RDAs lately, a bunch of RTAs, a bunch of RBAs. So if you vape and you're new to vaping, or you're new to dripping, or you're not new, but you've been thinking about it and you're wondering, why should I go to building anything? I mean, I could just buy stock coils from any number of companies that make great stuff these days, and I get a good vape. That's a good point. Last year, if you wanted a great vape, and you didn't want to have to deal with these little bullshit tanks that we had to deal with, you had to go to building. But now these coils, these tanks, they're so great. It's not necessary. But if you really want to tinker and you want to, and it's not that hard, but if you want to really control your own vape, how you build, what kind of heat's in there, what kind of resistance, what kind of wire construction, then you go to building. So you do that with the easiest thing to do is a rebuildable drip atomizer. It's just a base with posts, positive and negative holes, and you run some wire in between, some coils, and you power it, and you're vaping. You drip, 4, 5, 6 drops of juice, you vape, and then you drip again. But why I went to this was I wanted to be able to try and change different flavors. I didn't want to have to fill a tank and invest in a whole tank of juice just to see if I liked the flavor or not. I wanted to be able to walk in a shop, try some different flavors on my own setup, not deal with their. I'll show you what I'm doing here. This is how you drip. And there's a reason why I'm going over this. It may sound, if you're watching this and it's basic to you, that's great. You already knew this, but I was just in a couple of conversations this week where people were asking me about this. They're vaping nicely, they're off the cigarettes, and they started asking me about dripping. Had not watched any videos, had no idea. They hadn't heard of any of the reviewers. They hadn't watched any Rip Trippers. They hadn't watched anything. So I figured I'd go back to basics. Kind of start from the beginning of the story. That's how you drip. And once you vape 3 or 4 times, the cotton's dry again, and you can change flavors. You'll taste a little bit of the old flavor in the cotton, but you also get a little bit of the new flavor. So that's why we drip. Let me check in chat a minute here. Just waiting to see if anybody wants to show up and join me. It's open. You know, I like to have different guests on here. I don't need to have guests. It's great when I got them. It's fine if I don't. I'll just nerd out and do my build. Let me see who's on over here. How do you feel about the velocity? I feel very strongly about the velocity. That's Sons of RC Edmonton. I feel very strongly about the velocity. I love the looks of it. I haven't vaped on it yet. I don't own one, and I would love to have one. The clones are about $35–40, so I may end up picking up a Velocity clone. I don't know. I'm going up to Pennsylvania this weekend for a Vape Expo. If I see one on sale and authentic for a good price, I might pick it up. But I'm very impressed with what I've seen. The airflow, the build deck. Don't own a Velocity yet, but it's on my short list. Hey, Dave. Dave Fasano, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Over there in Nassau County, right? If you want to jump on, just let me know. You got to add me on Google Circles, and I'll just find me on Google Circles. It's Quest for Vape with my logo, not the picture of a clapping coil. If you do find me on there and you add me to Circles, feel free to jump on. Dave Fasano. Yeah. Oh, here's what I'll do. I'll add you if you want. You don't have to come on here if you don't want to. There's Dave Fasano. All right, sorry. All right, Dave, I added you to my circles. If you want to get on the show, just add me back and then click the link, and you'll pop in. And that's how that goes. But okay, so back to the story about dripping and building. Why anybody needs to do this. So if you like to take control of your vape, do it the way you want. Learn what you like, what you don't like. Build. And a lot of these tanks these days come with that option with a rebuildable deck. Kangaroo was the first one. Joytech, the Delta 2 had a rebuild deck. That's pretty good. I like that one. And now just about every damn tank that comes out has a rebuild option. So you vape your tank like normal, you use the coils, and then after a while, when you want to dabble and tinker, you have the rebuild option. So that's why I do some videos on how to rebuild these. And then there's an RTA where you don't have a stock coil rebuildable tank atomizer. You're building this or you're not vaping on it. K-Fun is a good example of a rebuildable, one of the earliest ones. Very much an evolution of like the old Jenny tanks where you had to build your coils onto the deck and then you had a tank. So you guys want to do the Goblin today? Yeah, let's do the Goblin. I just built my billow last week. I'm still on that same build. And where is he? I love that fucking thing. I could go through a tank of juice in like a half an hour on this, just vaping it because I love vaping on this so much. But the billow's gotten a little bit too much attention. Let me just check and see real quick. Anybody trying to pop in here? Here's Dave, says good. Pop in if you want, Dave. If you look on my Google Plus, well, anyway, I posted the link, so if you want to pop in, you can. Or you just chill out, just watch. All right, so without further ado, let's get started on. I'm going to do the Goblin Mini. They happen to sell it here at Paper Street Vape Co. Vapor Co. There's I get a juice company that is Vape Co. and not to be confused. So down here. All right. I apologize, guys, if the quality of focus is not as good as you would like. You know, this is live. I have my stuff packed up. I grab my bag and I go. Like a journalist. Not a journalist. All right, so this is the Goblin Mini. It was actually soggy and wet. I'm just drying it off, sorry. This needs a new build, specifically because it's got a little twisted. I went too wide on the diameter of the coils. It's got a twisted stainless steel and titanium build in there right now. And the diameter was a little too wide, the outer diameter. It was touching the top cap or real damn close to it. So it needs a rebuild. I enjoy using this. The airflow is really simple from up underneath. Let me get this in focus here. Yeah, that's all there is to it. Boom, 510 connection, base, airflow, right there. So you got to wick it right. Let's get rid of these old coils. Normally, if I was at home and I wasn't on camera, I would rinse this off my kitchen sink with hot water. Again, if you're watching this and this is really like basic stuff for you, I apologize. Then the show wasn't really meant to entertain the advanced people who already know this stuff. This is really for people who are thinking about picking up one of these marvelous new fangled vaping tanks and wants to get into it, wants to see the in-between, okay, I watched the edited, wonderful, perfect videos out there, and I see how to get from point A to point Z, and I want the whole alphabet in between. So this is gritty. This is the stuff that I had to sit there and figure out, trial and error. There's nothing wrong with that. That actually helped me to learn and experience and know the things I know now by trial and error. Since I don't have anybody on here with me, I'm just going to babble away incessantly. I apologize. Just mute it. Put some music on. All right, so that's our build deck. Nice. It'll refocus. There it goes. That's our build deck. That's what we have to work with. It's tiny, but it's workable. It's functional. This is a little mini stealth vape. If it's too tiny for you, get the full-size Goblin from Ude. Nothing wrong with that. It's just big. 5 milliliters, I believe it holds. Okay, today we're going to build with holy shit. He's going to build with nickel. Nickel. Pure nickel. Pure nickel. No, not today. I should, just to dispel the myth. The myth. Not a nickel hater. Cautious of nickel. Okay, 27 gauge. That's what I'm going to use today. Kanthal. Really, the main reason why I'd fucking bust out a nickel build right now, but I don't have enough room on this little deck for a couple of nickel coils, and not to do it live. Definitely, I mean, go do some nickel builds. You'll see it really requires a lot of patience, and you're going to screw it up a bunch of times. So I prefer not to waste your time on camera doing that. 2 millimeter, 2.5 at the most is all this thing can take. Don't try and build any fatter than that. You'll have problems. It won't fit. So I'm going with 2 millimeters today. I'm going to do a very minimalist build. It's going to be spaced. Got my coil master. Another reason I'm doing this build on the Goblin is the Mini is because I have like a lot of views on that one device, which means that people are interested in it. So if they're buying it and they want to know more about it, and I get asked quite a few times every week questions on it, local people and also online. There was some viewers.
So after tax, it comes out to 249.
So we're going to do 6 wraps.
Yeah, it's chip. Slide the chip in. What this thing?
It's 2 reps, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I'll do 7 reps, 27 gauge. Watch this, while I still have it on there, I'm just gonna pull it right back out, stretch that coil out, open it up some. Doesn't have to be perfect. See how I just pulled that open?
Just stop in and say hi. Getting juices every week, so.
And then push it back. So once you stretch that coil, it now takes on spring-like properties, and then you can't. These coils, they'll keep bouncing back away from each other. So you got a perfectly spaced coil now. Very simple. So that's a trick to spacing them. Build it however you build it, ugly, gapped, gnarly, and then just push it in. It covers up all the sins of your reps. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Still on here. Yank it out. I opened it up. Then I'm going to compress it. Now they're spaced.
I like it straight.
There we go. Fuck, I had it for a second. Anyway, perfectly spaced coil.
I mean, I don't know what it was. I know what it was before we were.
Yeah, it wants to focus.
Before that, like.
Did it for a second. Okay, enough time wasted on that. So that's how you space them. It's a nice coil. I can build with that. Get back on the post, straighten it out a little bit. Right, so what's all the fascination with these RTAs? Well, they're capable of handling sub-ohm builds. And then you don't have to be buying coils all the time. So the better you get at rebuilding, cost you a couple of pennies worth of metal, and you're good to go. You're rocking and rolling with your vape. So I'm not going to call this advanced. It does require a little bit of skill, which you develop just by practice. Right, Brian?
Sure. I already said.
What's your favorite rebuildable tank or RBA?
Honestly, the most reliable one?
Yeah.
Sub-tank, man.
Kanger sub-tank.
Yeah.
Reliable.
It's a great RTA. It really is.
Hey, you busy? You want to come around this side for a minute or two?
I was about to put in some waters.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You can be on that floor there.
That's cool. Yeah, I'll be on here for you. All right. Come on, say hello to all 4 viewers. Come on, a little self-deprecating humor is up. 5 viewers, 6 viewers. Holy shit. I offered to get you on the show, Brian, and 2 more people popped on. Apparently you have a following.
I'll be down in 10 minutes.
All right. My biggest challenge with this is that the coil always wants to migrate over to the one side, and I end up not using all the room on the other side. So it's like bunched up over here, and I have all this room over here, so I got to get it over there. So I'm just going to angle it out a little bit so I have room to travel. I'm going to shove that coil in this direction. I'm not even in the field of view. I'm sorry. Trying to be better at this. Okay. So This is where we want our coil to be. Not here. We want it right above the airflow over here. That's all right. I can get it there. I have plenty of room, plenty of clearance. Just leave a little bit of slack, because you can go up and take out some of that slack too. Am I in the field of view? Yes. Okay. Here's one. 27 gauge. It's very thin. That's it. Good. Right. Two things right now. We don't have a lot of space in here, and when I put that other coil on this side, I really don't want to have anything sticking through. So I'm going to, instead of cutting them, I'm going to get rid of these legs like this. But you saw that coil, the screw will loosen up and the coil will wiggle free a little bit, so something to be aware of. See how the coil's moving? Still moving. Now it's not moving. That way I don't have these little pieces sticking through, the legs sticking through, touching the other coil on the other side. All right, again, if you're an advanced vapor and you know this stuff, that's going to bore the crap out of you, just you know, go watch something else. There they are. I got these. These are nice. I got these for $2 at Harbor Freight. A very nice set, actually, of pincers that have a very thin, flat end. And I use that to, if I need to shape my coils and pull them over. That right there is, that's fine. I'm happy with that. I can live with that. Okay, so now on to the other side. Okay. See how this leg is hitting that other coil once it passes through? So there's a little workaround for that too. Bend it. Get it out of the way. Now I can pass it through and clear that coil on the other side. Okay. I'm in. That's where I want to be. Yeah, you can bend the legs, kind of hold it in position. See how that leg starts to bend when the screw starts pinching and squeezing down? That's how you know you're close. If I can do that and the coil's not moving, then I'm good. Just like on the other side, I'm going to pull this over. You know, why do I do these spaced coils? Because I don't want hot spots. Why? Because once I have a juice in the tank and the thing's closed, I don't want to have to open this up and tinker around with it. Hot spots, I can't fix them once I have the thing filled up. So I'd rather not just not have to worry about it. There you go, done. This one I'm gonna wiggle off also. See how this was turning? And it's going to break off right inside the post hole, just after the screw.
What's up, boss?
Somebody just get on here. Who's that? Hey, what's up, man?
What's going on with you, Daryl?
Good stuff. Just doing my usual Tuesday thing over here. Doing a Kanthal build on the Goblin Mini. How about yourself, man? What's going on, Zach?
Just sitting back, huffing on this Danny Extreme V2. Loving this thing. Just loving it.
Yeah. Yeah, you've been excited about having that on the way for a while.
Yeah, I had to wait for it all the way from Portugal.
Very cool. Very cool. Folks, for anybody who's not familiar with Zach Marable, Vaping Moderation channel on YouTube, and also
There it is.
hangs out on Thursday mornings with us on the True Vapor Show. Very technical, very smart. He understands chips and building these DNA mods and everything involved in that. So I feel like I'm smarter when I hang out with guys like Zach.
I learned everything I know from the people that have been YouTubing before me. So, well, as far as vaping goes, anyways.
Isn't it great? It's awesome. Yeah, I'm just going to let's take a look at my build. Hopefully it focuses. There it is.
Nice. Nice.
Nice, clean. I went with a 2 millimeter diameter. I've been having problems with this Goblin because I think I was going too thick on the diameter of the coil. 2.5 was just putting me real close up against that housing, the chimney housing, whatever you want to call that, the top cap thingy. So I went real thin. 2 millimeter.
Not the first time I've heard that either, Daryl. Is a few people out there that are recommending smaller coils for some of these builds.
And you know, with wicking, every time I think I'm being modest and conservative on the amount of wicking material, and I still feel like I've choked the thing up. And like it'll vape good for 10, 15, 20 minutes. You know, great vape's great right after I build it in my video, but then like, okay, after a little while, it starts feeling choked up. So I go, okay, what did I do wrong? Too much wick, too thick. Doesn't need a lot. I'm gonna dive down if you don't mind. You don't need to look at my ugly face over here.
I've heard I've heard it is highly dependent on the wick material that you use.
Oh, really? So
yeah.
What would you recommend as wicking material for these RTAs?
I'd be troubled to recommend it because I don't know, like many things, not the safety aspect of it, but I've actually been using cotton rayon,
Oh,
and it works it sucks juice right up. So, and it's clean tasting. It doesn't foul up the way cotton does.
rayon is made from like wood pulp.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought that it was something I like. Just the name scares me away. Rayon sounds like it belongs on the periodic table of elements.
Yeah. It sounds like I should have a detector for it in my basement.
Yeah, exactly.
Radon. But yeah, I always thought rayon was some kind of, because they make I thought it was polyester or some kind of synthetic man-made material. It's not. It's made from wood pulp.
Yeah, that's why I do prefer the term cotton.
I got you.
Because even though that's not like the most accurate term, it better spells out where it actually comes from.
Huh. I think I have some rayon around. Like you can get that stuff also at like craft and hobby shops, like Michael's.
Yeah, somebody sent me a bunch. That's the only reason I tried it. I got this I don't know. It looks like the kind of gauze stuffing you would pull out of your wound.
Yeah.
But it works so good that I was at first I ignored it because I can tell it's not cotton. And then after a little while, I just decided, fuck it, let me try a piece of it. And it was like really awesome. And since then, that's what I've been using.
I'm gonna have to give that a try.
And I'm still on the supply this guy gave me. He gave me a little bundle of it. And, you don't need much for wicking, so I still have a bundle of it left.
Cool. I want to show you. I'm doing my wick like really short, and I cut it at a down angle, so there's really not much going into this juice channel. I just found I was choking them up too much.
Yeah.
And for the higher VG, 80/20 VG that I vape, I just wasn't loving it. It was just.
The way I think of it, Daryl, is those juice channels need to be more like cups. When everything is put together, they need to be like cups full of juice, and you just need to have the wick tucked into the very top of the cup of juice. So that way it siphons off the top of the cup, but the cup can remain full.
That's a good way of looking at it. Oh, let's see what this ohmed out to. Yeah, something's up with this. 0.51, not bad. That's a decent, for an RTA, I'm happy with that.
So how'd you escape the fire the other day? I see you're not all scorched and burnt, so what happened?
Oh, there was no fire. There was no fire. It was something set off one of the alarms in one of the other stores in that shopping center. So we all had to, nobody had to do anything. I mean, the fire marshals just came down to make sure there wasn't a fire. And but you see all this vaping stuff, and it looks creepy and weird if you don't know. And I didn't feel like putting up with questions. What's this? What's that? And the other. And actually, when the guys got there, we were just all hanging out outside, and they're pretty cool with the vape shop. They saw there was a vape shop. They looked in. They were like, "Yeah, that's no problem." They looked like they usually were used to not having a problem with vape shops. But anyway.
Well, you got to think too, Daryl. I mean, if you're a firefighter and you're thinking about sources of fire, then you must have analyzed the fact that e-cigarettes don't really pose a humongous risk for fire. Exactly. Not like in the same way a smoke shop might.
Exactly. Like these are professionals. Yeah, you make a good point. This isn't the first time vaping's been around. This isn't the first time the fire departments of the country have encountered vape shops. So, but I just wanted to clean up my stuff and get out of there, and you never know. Who knows? There might have been a fire, and then all of a sudden the fire hoses unleash. And I can't afford to lose my collection of mods.
I hear most mods don't do well under the fire hose.
Yeah. So that cut the show short the other day, and for me anyway, the show goes on without me.
Well, you know, we were just worried about your safety, brother.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you very much. It was also it was a freaky day because like how it started out with ST having his issues getting on, and that 2 minutes of the show when I started up on my channel and then we hopped over. Just a very unsettling show. It turned out nice though.
That wasn't the night after the full moon, I don't think, right?
Oh, no, but that was cool. Did you see that?
Yeah, I got videotape of it looking red and everything.
We didn't. We didn't have good enough camera equipment to get that nicely, but we got to go out and watch it. All right.
Oh, neither do I. My camera sucked at getting it. It got a really shitty picture, but you could see that the moon was red and eclipsing and everything.
It was really cool to watch, though.
Yeah, we brought the kids out. They were all oohing and ahhing at the moon.
I mean, that only happens. Like, I don't remember that ever happening, being a blood red. I've seen lunar eclipses, but never completely like that. I don't think I've.
Yeah, I don't remember ever seeing that, but they did say it'll happen again in 13 years.
13 years.
12 or 13, yeah.
Fuck. I'll be old. No, I don't want to see that.
Yeah, but you'll be 12 or 13 more years away from smoking. Imagine how good you'll feel.
True. I'll feel pretty fucking good right now, so that'll be like Superman status. I think I'm reversing the aging process.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
Quit eating wheat a couple of years back. That made me feel a lot healthier, and then now no smoking for the last year. Actually, tomorrow will be my 1-year vape anniversary.
Nice. Yeah. You gotta go announce that on Indoor Smokers. They'll send you something.
Is that right? Indoor Smokers sends people stuff?
He picks out of his comments people who are making like vape anniversaries or just quit the cigarettes and stuff, and he honors them on the show and calls them out like, this person is 6 months free, let me send you a shirt. This person just hit a year free, let me send you, such and such. So yeah.
Very cool. I'll do that. You know what I want him to send me? Danielle, I'll pay for the shipping.
Yeah. If he'll just wrap that up nicely.
I'll pay for the shipping.
Padding on all sides, please. We don't want damaged product when it gets here.
Whenever I comment on his videos, I'm like, hey, what's up? Good job getting a nice, very, very pretty, sexy co-host there. Smart move. So,
yeah, but Reddit tore him to shreds over that.
They tear people to shreds over everything. You can't make a move without getting the only time you don't get torn up is when nobody knows who you are on Reddit.
I guess you should be flattered that so many people have an opinion about you.
Dude, I actually got, like, I used to share my videos on Reddit, and like I can't share any videos on Reddit anymore. I don't know who. Every group, like I used to go and shit, like subreddits, like you're not allowed to post on here anymore. I'm like, somebody over there hates me. What did I say? What? I know it.
No, I can't.
It's all right.
Use it in this tank
I can live without Reddit, but they will miss me.
But I may not keep it as my main tank. It's like a sieve, man.
You can always head over to 4chan.
Unbelievable.
What? I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, it leaks into here
I
constantly.
just want to show everybody, when you're lazy and you don't have juice in a unicorn bottle or use a syringe, you're going to make a mess. Now, I'm not criticizing the Goblin Mini. I'm criticizing Daryl. In my laziness, this is just, you got to know this is what's going to happen if you're impatient, lazy like me. It's a very tiny hole.
Yeah, I looked online.
Now, here is the criticism. When I'm looking at filling a tank like that or filling a tank like,
It's an awesome tank. It's like a beast. It's
I'll show you.
absolutely awesome as far as the way.
One of the reasons why
It's just
this billow is like my favorite new RTA. because I can turn it upside down. It's sealed, juice isn't good, and that's how you fill it.
Yeah. I don't know what it is
RTA, you get
about
to
it.
fill like that?
Yeah, it's actually.
Crazy.
That looks like the top of the crown.
Yeah. Exactly. But that's something I can work with. I don't have to sit here and shuffle juice into a unicorn bottle. What if I didn't have my favorite juice, you know, prepared already in there? It comes in a dripping bottle. I'm going to use the dropper. I fill like the way it comes. Why do I have to jump through hoops just to put juice in a tank? Change the tank design. I got to change the way I do stuff to accommodate this tank. That's the way I feel. It's a little snotty, but you know, there's nothing so special about any tank that I need to adjust my vaping style. Not these days. Last year, okay, fine. You got to dance on one foot to get a good vape. So be it. Get to dancing. But now, with other stuff available.
Was that the bottom 510 right there?
Yeah, that's the 510.
Huh. So it's a solid connection all the way through?
I don't really know. Like as opposed to not being a solid. What do you mean?
Yeah, as opposed to like on your K funds and even on your crown tank, right? There's a pin on the bottom that has to make contact with your coil. So that's a break. You know what I mean? It's not solid, but that looks like it's actually solid from the positive post right up to the mounting holes.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. I can't really tell you. I didn't really inspect it closely enough to tell you the answer on that.
Yeah, it's, again, I love the tank. I love the way it hits. It's so much smoother and nicer than my other tanks, but it just annoys the shit out of me that it leaks. It's not even so much that
We'll know if it leaks.
because it's not working properly. It's possible. I am gonna buy another pack, not today, probably on Thursday, and I'll try that. You know, again.
So how's she vape?
It's
Pretty good.
And the thing is, I tried bottom filling it, and it doesn't leak when I bottom fill it. So
I
it
gotta
has something
put some
to do
power
with
on
taking this cap off, and it even says it on the manual. It says when you take it off, put this back on right away, don't leave it off, because it'll depressurize and it tends to leak if you leave that cap on. But read the manual, where it says to fill it, it actually says that it's gonna happen. So you like the 0.5, right? Yeah.
I may have an opportunity to troubleshoot a problem that comes up once in a while.
Again, I'm gonna keep it, I'm gonna.
What is that?
Make myself love it. Because even the 0.5, this thing just chucks like.
Customer is talking about the crown tank leaking.
I mean, look at that.
RBA section?
That coil, it just chucks like crazy.
I not me personally, but I have seen. Hey, do you mind being on YouTube? Yeah, it's okay. You don't have. Could I see your crown tank?
Yeah.
Because it comes up a bit. You don't mind.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a big fan of the crown.
Yeah, no, I love the tank. It chucks like mad.
So it's not leaking now.
It actually, this morning it was.
Okay.
It's whenever I take the top off to fill it. I even bought a unicorn tube so I can squeeze it in there real quick and then just, tighten it up. But it seems to leak whenever I open it up the top cap. If I bottom fill, not nearly as bad. I've changed all the O-rings and the coil.
And you're closing off the airflow?
Yeah, I close off the airflow,
And the coil is tight in there?
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you a question. It's just started happening, or it's always happened?
From the day I bought it.
Okay. With different coils? Did you buy all the coils at the same time?
Yeah, well, it comes with three, the 0.3, the 0.5, and the 10. That's the 0.5 and the temp 3, it did it too.
What's the PGVG?
0.3, I'm sorry.
I would say 75 VG, 75, 80 VG. This is pretty
I
thick.
think it's 80-20, Schwartz, I'm not
Schwartz.
sure.
70-30.
Is it 70-30?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a pretty thick juice. It's much better with that as opposed to Space Jam.
Do you think?
So what's happening?
Do you think, Daryl? Do you think there's an O-ring right where the coil touches the upper portion? Do you think maybe that is missing the rubber ring?
And what, inside the tank, you mean?
Yeah,
On the tank side, or because the coils have a little bit of a seal too, like.
No, but above the coil, on top of the coil.
Yeah, and on some coils, like the metal stuck out a little bit and would just like break that seal just enough to like let go of the surface tension.
This is actually different too. It's
Tough
not
to say.
on the ones that it came with. It was a different.
Fortunately, I don't work for UL. So UL replaced this guy's coils with tanks. Another, well, it's not an epidemic, but I've heard it mentioned a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that problem with the RBA at first.
I mean, it has nothing to
The RBA, yeah, definitely, when it loses that surface tension. So like, it's only while this is open?
Yeah.
But let me ask you a question. You open it, you fill it, and then you screw down the top, and then it leaks?
I don't know if it's during.
Sometimes when you tighten it
afterwards.
down, it pushes it like. Then after, okay, because like, let's say, this is good. I'm on YouTube Live, by the way.
Okay.
There's actually 13 people watching me. So say I'm going to fill it and I close my airflow off. And then I open the top fill and I fill it and then I'm about to go screw this down. So now it's all sealed. And now the only place for that little air pressure was like 5 or 6 turns of thread. That height, that's actually, as I screw this down, is going to push that down. It's going to create some pressure. The only place for it to escape is through there and maybe
Oh, Daryl.
might be why. Yeah.
Daryl, tell him the next time before he fills it up to
Right.
vape it until he almost gets a dry hit.
No, I'm definitely not overfilled.
That way the cotton absorbs the juice when he screws it back together.
Here, let me, oh, I have myself locked. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me put you on. Zach, what's your name?
Brian.
Brian, nice to meet you. We're on YouTube.
Hey, Brian.
Brian, this is Zach. He's down in Louisiana.
So one of the things that you can do to prevent that thing from leaking is before you fill it, make sure you vape it to where the coil is almost a dry hit.
Okay.
And then fill it and put it in. And then what will happen is the cotton will be dry enough to where it'll absorb that inrush of liquid.
Oh,
And
okay.
it won't spill that, spill the rest of the liquid. Because what's happening is it's not leaking completely. It's leaking a little bit, right? There's like a chunk of juice that falls down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dry the coil out a little more next time you fill it. And when you screw it back on, it'll be dry enough to absorb that rush of fluid.
Okay. Yeah, I'll try that. I'll give it a shot. Because again, I love the tank, so I want to keep it as my main tank if I can.
That's pretty much all I use is these crowns right here. That's a lovely pieces of machinery.
Yeah, we're all fanboys, but I hadn't even thought of that. That's awesome. Zach's brilliant, by the way. He's got like a 200 IQ. The other thing is, so after you filled it and you're about to screw the top, then open the airflow back up and then screw it. Like when you have it threaded and you're about to like screw it down, then open the airflow up just a little bit to take off some of that tank, that pressure in the tank that this is going to push down like a piston. And if that's the case, then it's not O-rings and it's not anything else. Then that eliminates the pressure problem, and now you can screw it back in. Hopefully that works. But nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too, and thank you very much.
Pleasure's all mine, brother.
UL, anytime if you want to make me the warranty service center.
And if you want to make me a diagnostic technician,
available on a part-time basis.
consultation only, consultation basis.
The good news is I work for Juice and Mobs.
Again, when I fill it to a little more past where
You on there?
Maybe,
Yeah.
Adjust my volume. Let's see how I did on this Goblin. Oh, she's not leaking. And she's wicking real nice.
And the other thing, if you actually, you can see it.
Real nice, 40 watts. I don't really try to go much higher on these RTAs. It's a good vape at 40. But I would say this.
I'd love to do it tonight, but I'm going.
50 watts.
You got that on your IPv4?
That's on my Sigali 150.
I'm not a fan. My girlfriend.
There's my IPv4.
Yeah.
I have the Triforce tank on that right now. That's an interesting Triforce.
Did you hear about the update for the SX Mini and the SX350J?
I looked last night.
No, but I saw you had something of a post like Yihi's Days are numbered or something. What's up with that?
No, they came out with an update that allows you to just plug in the TCR number for any wire and vape that wire in temperature control.
Hey, again, thank you very much for all the help, man.
Yeah, man. Take care. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So how do you get that TCR? You're talking about the temperature resistance coefficient,
Right.
the way a temperature control mod determines temperature.
I posted a graphic in the SX Mini Brotherhood, the SX350J group on Facebook, and the My Vaporium with all of the wires and their corresponding TCR numbers.
Wow.
Got you covered.
I don't personally own an SX Mini, but if and when I ever do, that will come in handy. I don't really get as technically into these things as you do, but
the next generation of SX Mini and SX350J is going to have like an eScribe software for Yeehee.
What does that mean?
So it means that there'll be a companion software. In other words, they're like trying to fight back at Evolve in the DNA 200. They're going to try and match it.
Okay, so where like you can go in and program your own profiles and put graphics in and stuff like that?
And vape any wire that you want. And yeah, I'm not sure the full capabilities of it yet, but I got an early release of the firmware a few days ago.
Cool.
And it's pretty awesome, man. It really is.
Very cool. I'm gonna have dueling tiny tanks over here. The battle of the mighty little guys. But that is very good to know on the Yeehee SX. Hey, listen, competition in that space is good. It's healthy for us as vapors because it means these guys are always pushing themselves to improve instead of just sitting back on their laurels like, hey, we got a good product. Competition's healthy.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, Evolve kind of almost swore that they would never do a 200-watt chip. They said that back in the DNA 40 days, that 40 watts was all you needed, and it was about quality, not quantity. And then Yeehee forced them to come out with the DNA 200. So yeah, competition is working.
Good. I still have not ponied up and gotten myself a DNA 200.
Oh, brother. I thought with all your contacts, somebody would be handing you one already.
No, I'm not that big. I prospect the shit out of these companies, but and apparently I don't rate that yet. I'm not on the radar for that.
Well, don't feel bad, brother. Neither am I.
I'm happy with what I have. If I felt the need for it, I mean, it's covered well by other people reviewing it, and my vape budget isn't incorporating $200 or $180 right now. A couple of months. If that came out over the summer, see, they missed their boat with me. Back when I had money over the summer to spend on something, they weren't out with it. So I got like every damn IPV Pioneer for You product available at the time.
Just remember, you're still saving money on cigarettes. You should be putting away that $5 a day.
$5, $10 a day up here.
Oh yeah.
I spend my vape budget. I certainly do. Oh, you know what? I did wrong mod on it. I got to go black with black and stainless with stainless. I also have to do the SMY upgrade.
Oh yeah, that's
Still haven't upgraded them.
Yeah.
All right, so we got the battle of dueling RTAs right now. Last week I built the Billow. Love this fucking thing.
That has a nice big deck on the Billow, right?
Nice deck, never leaks, great airflow, simple, easy to use. I love everything about this thing. I haven't found the flaw. I'm vaping something right now that tastes like Honey Nut Cheerios.
Nice.
It's actually supposed to be a tobacco caramel vanilla. It's called Stay Gold from Tasty Vape, but actually it hits me like Honey Nut Cheerios. So
Nice.
good. All right, let's go to the Cooper. Let me see if this Goblin Mini build that I just did can hit at 60 watts. New coils up, same down. Yeah, new coil. Okay, I'm not in temperature control, but knock yourself out, Cooper. Hits at 60 watts. There you go. Two great vapes right there. Either of these mods is less than 60 bucks. I think I saw the Cooper Mini for like 45 bucks online. And then this SMI is like 50, 60 bucks. And they got two little nice stealthy vapes. No coils and no stock coils to buy, just a rebuild. Very simple.
What are you building with?
Kanthal on both of these. I just went easy, simple, 27 gauge Kanthal. And you know what? You know why I think they're really vaping well? I took the Japanese cotton and I not only did I cut it thin, just wider than the coil, but I stripped it in half and I only used half. And that's my problem. I was choking out my my wicking. Now, if 3 hours from now I set this down, come back, and the whole thing drained out, then I know that unfortunately I didn't wick enough. But I think I'm good. So what's new and exciting in your world of vaping, my friend?
Just trying to get this CNC machine still built out. I got a couple of DNA 200, the boxer style mods coming in this week. Got to get one of those built for Daniel over on DJ LSP Vapes, and the other one's for myself.
Oh, you didn't build Daniel's yet? I thought it was on its way and waiting in customs for him.
No, he's got another DNA 200 waiting in customs for him.
Oh, okay.
The hot sig one with the battery that you can detach quickly. You can just pull the battery off.
So you can hop, swap. That's a LiPo battery?
Yeah.
See, that's appealing to me. I just don't like the idea of not being able to take it out and charge it.
Yeah, neither do I. I'm not with all that, like having to put down my mod for half a day to let it charge.
Yeah, that too. So tell me about that Danny Extreme. What's different about it? Why is it so sweet? What's up with it?
Well, so first of all, it's a tube mod that's regulated. That, I mean, we have a few of those, ProViry and stuff like that. But the program in this was the first program to come out that would vape any wire and temperature control. This came out before the DNA 200. And now it's still the only device that can vape any wire that's only a single battery. Because with the DNA 200, you have to have at least two batteries. And now actually the SX Mini can do it. So it's probably going to go into the past. But it's German made. You can only get it in Europe. You can't get it in the United States unless you know somebody in Europe to get it for you. And I think we just lost the man himself. But in any case, it's a cool device and it looks really nice. It feels solid. I'm loving it. It does temp control like a boss. Does up to 12 volts on the output, so you can run some like 3.5 ohm coils and still run it at 40 watts, which is the maximum of this device, 40 watts. But I find that to be enough. And they are also offering an upgrade for this, where you can send it back to them in Germany and they'll upgrade it to the latest V2 Plus. And it cost $35.90 in euro. which translates to about $40 American. So to get a brand new mod, they reset the warranty period on it back to 2 years. They give you a new serial number. They really are taking care of their customers as far as that goes. But with Yeehee's new device update out that allows you to vape any wire, they're really kind of taking the lead when it comes to this temp control market. Because now you'll be able to do 75 joules in temp control on the Yeehee devices with a single battery or a dual battery in parallel configuration. So that's pretty much the lead of a one battery temp control that can do any wire. That's pretty much where it's at. And let's see what went on with Daryl over here, and see if we can't get him back into the fold. Let me see here. Get over to YouTube for a second and see if he is still live or not. Let's see. Let's see, Daryl. Our list of subscriptions is way too long. And it looks like we are still live right now, so. So yeah, I'm over here on the YouTube page now. I can see the chat here. So it looks like we lost Daryl, and now I'm hosting Daryl's live coil build workshop. Unfortunately, I don't have a coil to build right this second. So instead, we're going to rebuild this Kangar Pro Tank coil. No, I'm just kidding. That'd be kind of stupid. Let's see what else is new out there in the vape world. Let's see. It's funny that Daryl left because now he's in control of whether or not this session is live or not, and even if I wanted to, I couldn't pause the session. But in any case, stuff is good over here. I can't wait for them to come out with another update for the IPv4. Be nice if they let us do temp control on any wire with this. Let's see, there's some new cheap juices out there. Adore E-Liquid has some quality juice for